Welcome back to Investing and Trading Live, sponsored by Trading Academy. Once again, I am your host, Josh Lilquist. It's a beautiful week here in the metro area. It's a beautiful week in the market. Great volatility. We talked about the volatility in the last segment, about how these markets scream straight to the downside on Monday, Tuesday, even in the week prior, Thursday and Friday, and then shoot straight back up Monday and Tuesday. We know what happened the rest of the week. Great opportunities that I hope you're not missing out on. And we have strategies and techniques that we train people right here in the metro area. If you're in Bloomington, that's where our state-of-the-art facility is at. We have other locations in Wayzata, Edina, Maple Grove, Woodbury, Eau Claire. We're all across the metro area. Eau Claire, yes, is in Wisconsin as well. So we're helping people all across the whole Midwest make smarter investing decisions. Matter of fact, we are worldwide. We have locations in the South. We have locations in Colorado, Arizona, Florida, New York, California. So all across the states here to help people make those smart investing decisions. We have these investing classes, especially locally here, right here in Bloomington, to help you get started, whether you're brand new or you're a seasoned investor and looking to have more consistency and confidence in your investing and trading, whether it's 401ks, IRAs, or those trading accounts. Simply, if you missed seats on the last section, 905-0975, that's call or text the word trading to the number 952-905-0975, or you can go online to the old interweb, that's what they call it, and they is the kids, the old interweb. Go to learnwithota.com and you can pick your own date. It goes straight to our landing page. We have these classes during the week. We have them on the weekend, also in the evening, so anybody can attend no matter what your schedule. Also, we appreciate all the subscribers. It's been a great, busy week on the podcast. A lot of new subscribers. Thank you for that. Go to Investing and Trading Live, wherever you listen to your podcast, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and Spotify, and make sure to smash that subscribe button, and that way you get notified when we have live sessions. We do market insights. We do the show in there every single week. So great insights on the markets and opinions on what these markets are, these pesky old markets are doing every single week. So Al, in this segment here, since we did talk a lot about consistency, confidence, and people are looking to make more choices for their benefit, whether it's freedom of time, freedom of location, maybe it's financial for other people, monetary. It takes extra income to build wealth. Mm-hmm. So let's talk about those income strategies that are designed to build wealth, but also designed for income for now as well. It's you don't have to have it be your job. And I always tell people, trading and investing, you should not have to change your life for this. You wrap it around your life because there are assets that are open different times of day. There are assets that have different capital requirements. Some people can start with a little bit of money. Some people can start with a lot of bit of money. So it doesn't matter how much you plan on starting with. You can choose what you're comfortable with. So there's assets like stocks. Everybody knows that. That's the stock market. There's tons and tons of stocks out there. And we've seen a great move in the stock market this week to the downside and to the upside. So multiple directional trading this week. Great opportunities. There's also opportunities with the futures market. Now, the futures market would be like your commodities. Gold, oil, silver. My favorite, lean hogs. You have your grains, corn. What else is there? Wheat, sugar, orange juice, lumber. So many futures contracts that you can trade out there. You also have currencies, which is better known as the foreign exchange market, Forex to be short. That is the dollar, the yen, the Swiss franc, the New Zealand dollar, the Aussie dollar. So there's opportunities with global markets for income strategies. Now, if somebody is looking for an income strategy, a lot of people think, well, hey, I got to go day trade stocks. And quite frankly, that is actually the least opportunistic out there. A couple reasons. One, you need a lot of capital because the reason is it ties up all of your capital. But also, you have to do it between 8:30 and 3 o'clock our time here, Central Time. So you have time constraints and capital constraints. Now, there's other assets, futures and Forex, to be in particular, that offer leverage. Explain those different markets, Al, and why those potentially could be opportunities for people that can be efficient with their capital.
Yeah, you mentioned a lot of things. Just the components of the futures market, I think a lot of people are going, oh, those things, that sounds complicated. That sounds like too much work. Each item that Josh mentioned, whether it's the major stock markets, whether it's lumber or metal or corn or his favorite lean hogs.
Lean hogs.
There's a symbol that you trade, and that you do the same thing when you're trading futures as you would when you trade anything else properly. And that's knowing how to read a price chart to determine if there is a good position and where it is.
So to give an example of that, in the stock market, let's take a couple stocks. You have Apple, AAPL, that's the symbol.
Correct.
You have NVIDIA, NVDA. Another one everybody knows, we'll say Tesla, TSLA. So that's just the symbol that they use.
Yeah.
In the futures market, you take the S&P 500, which is a futures contract, ES. You have oil, CL. So it's just the same thing.
Exactly. Yeah, and you trade all of them the same way. What you have to do, then, well, think about it. If you are going to put your money into a trade or an investment of any sort, what do you want to have happen to the value of your investment? You want it to go up. And that's, you determine where that's going to happen and if it's going to happen by being able to read a price chart. Once you know how to read a chart, it's very much like a radiologist reads an x-ray. If you have an x-ray, you're not responsible for reading the x-ray and making a diagnosis. That's given to a professional. Well, we have professionals teach you how to read a chart like that. You have to know where a stock is going to go and when it's going to get there.
So to go back to the first segment when we were talking about these great opportunities with a down market, right? So you said when you get into an investment, you want the value of that investment to go up.
Correct.
Now, how do people do that when the market goes down?
Well, there are a number of ways you can participate when the market goes down. In futures, for example, you can always sell a futures contract instead of buying a contract. You can benefit that way. You can use options as a way of participating in a down market and also as protection for your assets. Options really was developed as a protective vehicle for these big players out there. You know, when they've got billions, tens of billions, or hundreds of billions of dollars, or maybe trillions of dollars in the market, they have to make sure that that doesn't go south, so they protect themselves with options. You can do the same thing. You can protect individual assets you have. You can protect your whole portfolio. But when you're looking at something like futures, one of the great things there, well, several great things about it, and by the way, there are so many great things that's the reason that almost all of our students want to learn to trade futures, forex, or options, even though when they first come here they don't know anything about them. But futures, forex, and options all have leverage. What does that mean? It means that you can take a small amount of money, and that's relative to you as to how much you have. Maybe for some people it's only a couple $100. Maybe for some people it's several $1,000s. But you can take that money and magnify the value of each dollar by a factor of maybe 10 or 20 or 50 or 100 or 200. It's how you maximize the value of your investments. That's what allows people to participate in a market where, if you look at the stock market, that's very expensive. You know, you mentioned a couple stocks. You mentioned Apple, NVIDIA, Tesla. You know, we're talking about Apple's now over $200 a share. If you want to have a decent sized position, you know, you're looking at maybe $20,000 or more, and that, you know, if you buy one share of something for a couple $100, you know, and it goes up a few dollars, that's not a big increase for you. That's not what's going to help you create wealth or have enough income to be able to utilize it. And by the way, when you're looking at income, that means that it has to be something you can reap the benefit from in a short period of time. It's not what most people are put into, to be honest with you, is more of a long-term strategy where they're just told to hold on for decades. Well, that doesn't help you. If you have an emergency or if you need money to help pay your bills now or maybe buy a new car, whatever that need is, you need to have access to that money quickly. So you don't want to put your money into something and then have to sell it maybe when it's at a loss. These assets like futures and options and forex, you can set them up where you can have a short-term trade. With some of them, it could be more mid-term, maybe even long-term with options, but you have some choices there. And the way that we help you is to determine which choices are best and most unique for you and for you to achieve your goals and your objectives.
Yeah, and we actually have classes specifically on the futures market, and we introduce that futures market in these investing classes that we do here locally at the Academy and all across the metro area here. So if you want to learn more about the futures market, the benefits, pros, cons, all that stuff, come to one of these classes simply by calling or texting the word trading to the number 952-905-0975. If you're driving, you might want to pull over and take this number down and call or text the word trading to the number 952-905-0975. Or you can go online at learnwithota.com. You can pick your own date there. So, Al, that was the majority of the futures market. Great opportunities. We mentioned the Forex market as well. It's your currencies. It's just a currency pair. Right. The dollar versus the yen, the euro versus the dollar, the New Zealand, the Aussie New Zealand, the U.S. dollar, Aussie dollar, the U.S. dollar, and the New Zealand dollar. So it's just a pair that is traded, a symbol.
One symbol for
same
a pair,
thing.
right.
Same, just like stocks, just like futures. It's just a symbol.
Yeah. And how do you decide if it's a good trade or not? You read a chart.
It's based off a chart.
When the price of whatever that pair is going to move in your favor.
Yeah. So one of the things that you didn't mention about, I don't think you mentioned anyways, about the futures market was it was a 24-hour market. No. Now, also, people are looking for freedom of time. Talk about why that 24-hour market, even in the Forex market, why that is so beneficial for people that work full-time.
Well, if you have a job that just happens to coincide with the hours of the stock market, you probably have a boss that isn't going to be happy if you're just sitting in your office or sitting at the break room with your computer trading all day long. That's not going to fly. Well, and that's only a 6.5-hour market. Having the ability to choose when you want to trade is really important. Not only does it give you more opportunities, but for each person, there may be a time during the day or the evening where they do better. And part of your plan that will help you put together is keeping track of when you're trading, so you can identify a trend. Maybe when you do whatever the specific trade or trades are that you're doing, and you do really well at 10 o'clock at night, but you do poorly at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Well, maybe you stop trading at 4 o'clock and do more trades at 10. It's all part of a plan that is designed to put the odds into your favor of being successful. But having that 24-hour opportunity is huge, and it allows a lot of people that say they don't have the time to do it because of their job. Now that's not an issue.
Yeah, I like that. It just brings more opportunity for people that work. I mean, most people that come here to the Academy, I would say 95%, 90% of them still work. A lot of them have just retired, and they're looking to still have an income strategy during retirement time. So they're searching at the market to have that opportunity. Some people have been retired for many years, and with what the market is doing, they're afraid they may not have enough, so they want to have an income strategy during retirement time as well. So there are strategies and techniques that we teach here at the Academy. Whether you're working full-time 9 to 5, or maybe you work in the evening. It doesn't matter when you work, because there are markets 24 hours a day. So that way you can be flexible with your time. As I mentioned earlier, you should never have to change your life for trading and investing. You just add it in it where you have time. And you'll actually have conversations like that with people here at the Academy to find what's designed or that what might fit the best for you. And different strokes for different folks is what they say. Yeah. So I want to invite you to these investing classes that we do here locally, specifically on the Forex market, specifically on the futures market, how to utilize a 24-hour market based off of your schedule, how to utilize the leverage based off the capital that you have access to. So some people may start with $5,000-$10,000. Some people may start with $5 or $10 million, or anywhere in between. There are opportunities for all different types of capital. It's just choosing the right vehicle to drive. So to come into these classes, you can simply just call or text the word trading to the number 952-905-0975. That's call or text the word trading to the number 952-905-0975, or you can go online at learnwithota.com. So go to learnwithota.com, and that goes straight to our landing page. You can pick your own date and time for these investing classes all across the metro. We do appreciate all of our subscribers on the podcast. There's been a lot of activity on the podcast this week, so we appreciate that. And make sure to subscribe and smash that like button so you get the updates every time we do a show. So if you missed part of this, you can check the archives on that. Coming up next, we got more income strategies, more wealth strategies. This is Josh and Al, Investing and Trading Live. We will be right back.